In class 7 chapter using Excel as database part 3, we are going to cover the following topics in this video. First, data validation. Second, adding subtotal in database. And third, analyzing data with pivot table. So let's start with the video tutorial. Yes, class 7 students, welcome to my video tutorial. Okay. Now as you have seen previously in the starting of this video that today we will discuss the topics, that is using data validation, adding subtotal in database and analyzing data with pivot table. So let's start with the tutorial. So what first we will open this Microsoft Excel program. Then let me open a file, class 7 tutorial, in which we were working previously. Okay, fine. So this is the file in which we are working previously. So let me remove this filter option and we'll go to a new tab to see how this data validation will work. Perfect. Now see, what do you mean by data validation? Data validation is used to restrict the cell entries within a specified range. It is used to restrict the cell entries within a specified range. It means that suppose there is a cell, suppose this is a particular specific cell, and we want to enter a entry that is between a range. Means I want that when user will enter the entry, any number in it, the number should be between 10 to 20 only. It will accept the number between 10 to 20. If a user is entering a number which is less than 10 and greater than 20, then it should not accept. That is called data validation. Clear? Now how see how this will work. Suppose I am creating a table. Okay, now suppose here when we look about this particular data, what we have done, we have created a table in which we have taken serial number, then student name, then subject math, English, Hindi, science, and let me give this particular maths marks should be out of 100. Okay, English also it should be out of 100, Hindi 100, and science 100. Clear? Now what we have done, we have given this subject name and the maximum marks. Now suppose I have given this particular piece of data to any of my user, to any student, and ask them to enter their marks. Fine. Now what they have done, this Mike, what he has done, when I asked him to enter his marks, so what he have done in maths, he have entered 101, 102, then minus 10, minus 5. Clear? So when he has entered these marks are acceptable in a cell, but these values, these values are wrong, because marks cannot be 101 out of 100. Out of 100, a student can get a maximum 100 marks, 100 out of 100. But if he is entering 101 or 102, or if he is entering in minus 10, because marks cannot be less than 0, either student will get 0 or numbers ranging from 0 to 100. So if a student is entering marks which are less than 0 and greater than 100, then these values are wrong. Fine. So what is to be done if so that the student can only enter the marks which are ranging from 0 to 100? For this purpose only we use data validation. Okay, now see how this will work. I am deleting these marks because these values are filled wrong. Now I am selecting what? Range. I am selecting the range where I have to apply data validation. I have selected this range. Next I am going to data tab, click on data tab, okay, and then click on data validation and select the option data validation. That will give you this dialog box will open, data validation dialog box. Now in the setting, what you have to do, allow any value, change this to whole number. Okay, change the allow value from any number to any value to whole number. Then data between, you have to choose between. Minimum value should be 0 and maximum should be 100. Clear? And then click on OK. So once you have set this data validation for a particular range, then what will happen when the user will fill the value? Suppose now I ask Mike to enter the value, and again he want to enter wrong values, 101. Now see, when he entered 101 and pressed the enter key, what is happened? It's getting an error message. The value you entered is not valid. A user has restricted values that can be entered into this cell. Okay, now what the user has to enter? Now suppose if he is entering minus 10, again he will get the error. So you got it. What is this data validation? Data validation means if you want to restrict the entries of a specific range or a single cell, okay, to a certain values, either in between a range like we have done just now, 0 to 100, or greater than equals to, greater than equals to, less than equals to, whatever you will select that particular criteria, the numbers specified to that range only will be entered in the cell. Now I am entering 50, it will be acceptable. Then Jenny, he has entered 102. Oh my god. Then when he press the enter key, he will she will also get the error message. So retry 100, 0 acceptable. Okay, neither the value which is less than 0 is acceptable, neither the value which is greater than 100 is acceptable. So what is acceptable in so what is acceptable in this particular specific range? The value which is in between 0 to 100, 80. Fine. Now see another task. I am deleting these values just to showcase some other details. Selecting these range. Now go to data, on the data tab in data validation. What I am selecting? Whole number, data equals to means that you have given a specific digit and the number which is less than or greater than or which are not equal to the value you will enter here. Suppose I have entered here 85. Okay, so what it will do, it will only accept the value 85. If you are entering 84 or any other value than 85, so these cells won't accept. Clear? What do you mean by equal to? Not equal to, suppose I have entered 85, so you can enter any value but not 85. Any value you can enter in the cell but not 85. Other than 85 you can enter any value. Greater than, suppose I have entered here 50, so you can enter the value which are greater than 50, not less than 50. 51 to any other value which is greater than 50. Clear? Less than, suppose it is 50 again, so you can enter value less than 50, not greater than. 50 से less value you can enter in this cell but not greater than that. Greater than or equals to. Greater than or equals to means, suppose I have given 50, so it can be equal to 50 or greater than. 50 value will be acceptable. Now see, there are two options: greater than, less than, greater than equal to, or less than equal to. Suppose I have chosen greater than, so what will happen? It will accept the values which are greater than 50. If you are writing 50 also, it will not accept. Okay, but if you are choosing this greater than or equals to, then it will accept the value 50 as well as the values which are greater than 50. We will take an example, this one. Now see, on the other tab, input message, what you can see show here, suppose what is there in the setting, enter the value greater than or equals to 50. So what I am doing, I am typing a message here, enter value greater than or equals to 50. In the title also I am putting this same. Okay, now in the other message, error alert, warning, invalid value. Okay, now see, setting, you have specified the criteria. Okay, what value, which type of value you need. Input message, when the user will hover its pointer over this cell, it will give a input message that the user has to enter this kind of value. Error alert, suppose the user is entering value other than the specified, then he or she will get the error alert in which this particular message will be displayed. I am clicking on OK. Now see, when I am bringing my cursor here, I am selecting any cell, it is asking enter value greater than or equals to 50. Now suppose here I have entered 50, in this 51, 52, 53, and here what I have done, I have entered the value 49, so which is less than 50. To see what it will give, the error message, invalid value, retry. Okay, so as soon as you click on retry, so it will accept the value because it has been given a warning. Now 49, so it will again ask 50, acceptable. So is that clear? What is data validation? I hope this thing is clear to you all. Okay, now next we will move to our another part, the second topic, that is adding subtotal in database. Now let me show you how this will work. Adding subtotal in database. I am selecting the another cell, just making it bold. Now we have serial number, salesman name, then month and sale. Clear? Just for example I am taking this. Now month, suppose October, okay, then sale 25,000, 30,000, 29,562. In November it is 28,659, and in this it is 31,356. Clear? Now this is the table on which we will work with adding subtotal in database. Now see, when you are seeing this particular piece of data, what is there in this piece of particular data? These things are common. Now suppose there are 5 salesmen in a company, okay, and what they have done, suppose there are only 3. Let me give one more. It is 32,658. Clear? Now suppose there are 3 salesperson in a company who are working in the sales department, and they have been given some targets, okay. So what they have doing in the month of October, the 3 salespersons, they have individually given this particular sale to the company, 25,000, 30,000, 29,562. Now suppose what we want that a total of October month should be done. A total of October month should be done. So what is to be done? We will use the option that is adding subtotal in database. What we need? We need that these particular months total, because company wants a total number of total sale in the month of October, but here it is individual salesman sale, okay. Now what we will use the option that is how to do total of these particular months in one go. Now see, so what we will do, we will select the database, go to the data tab, and there you will find the option that is subtotal. In the outline group you will find the option subtotal. So when you click on this subtotal, at each change in, so what you will do, you have to select here month in which you want this particular total. Sum you only want, आपको क्या चाहिए, addition, okay, and then किसका टोटल चाहिए, सेल्स का. Clear? And then click on, you have to click on OK button. Now see, October total, November total, and then grand total. This is called how you can use the option that is adding total or adding subtotal in database. Clear? Whatever sales these 3 sales representative have done in the month of October, that total is here. Now again in the month of November, whatever sales they have done, their total is here, and then after that grand total. So suppose for a financial year a company is having 100 of sales representative. In an organization there are 100 sales representatives, okay, and for a financial year, that is from April to March. Company wants that how much sale has been done in a particular month. So what company will do? Company will use this option, that is adding subtotal. So what it will display? It will display the subtotal of the all the months, that is from April to March, the sale of every month, and then the grand total, means month wise total it will do. Clear? Again one time more I will just show you how this will work. So I am doing it. This is a particular data in which there are 3 salesperson and they have done sales for 2 months, October and November, each of them. Now company want to display what is the subtotal of October and subtotal of November. So what you have to do, select this particular range. On the data tab you go to the option subtotal, then in at each change in, change कहाँ पे करना है? मंथ में, ओके, यू वांट एडिशन ओनली, देन ऐड सबटोटल टू, और सबटोटल किसका चाहिए हमें? सेल्स का, एंड देन क्लिक ऑन ओके. तो इट विल गिव यू दी सबटोटल ऑफ सेल्स एट ईच चेंज इन मंथ. मंथ में चेंज हो रहा है और टोटल किसका होगा? सेल्स का. क्लियर? ओके, फाइन. Now the last option it is, that is called analyzing data with pivot table. So that we will cover in our next video, because this video is going to be a lengthy this time. So this one topic is left in this particular chapter, that is using Excel as database. So we'll correct or let me do it right away. So we have this option, okay. We'll do this pivot table only with this option. So name we have, okay. So what I am doing, I am just deleting this particular and insert. The name we have, then we are having department, and then the last is designation, okay, and not sale, it is salary. So department, suppose it is development, then production, purchase, sale and sale. Their department, designation, manager, production manager, and senior production manager. Then in purchase manager, sales manager, then executive. Clear? So in an organization, what we have this particular data, that is serial number, then name, then department in which they are working, then their designation and their salary. Is that okay? Now see, what do you mean by pivot table? What is pivot table doing? When we want to analyze this data with pivot table, how it will do? See, pivot table is a tool which is used for consolidating, summarizing and presenting data. Okay, it is a powerful tool. It is used for consolidating, then summarizing and presenting the data. Now see, what you have to do, you have to select this particular data, select the specified range, then choose the insert tab. Okay, on the insert tab you will find a option that is called pivot table. Click on this pivot table button. So what it will give you another dialog box. Okay, now already we have chosen the range starting from A1 to E7. Now what you have to do, choose where you want the pivot table report to be placed. अब pivot table की जो report है वो कहाँ पे आएगी? On a new worksheet. We want it on a new worksheet, not on this same. Okay, and then click on OK. So here it is, a new worksheet has been added and it has given a pivot table tools in the tabs. We have option here. Now we have option here. Now what we have to do, we can select any particular data. Okay, we can select any particular data. Now click on, suppose what we have to do, suppose we want the names. Name, and where we have to put it? Here, row labels, name. We have got here name. See, the names are here. Okay, then next what we will do, designation. We will drag the designation in column labels and then drag the salary in values. Fine, drag the salary in values. So this is how we can analyze different things in different way. So what we have done, we have row labels, Jenny, Mike and Rachel, then their designation are here. Jenny is executive, then it's manager, then production manager, senior production manager, then grand total. So Jenny is manager, okay, and senior production manager, it's at two places. So its grand total salary is this. Then Mike, then Rachel. So what is this pivot table? It is used for consolidating, summarizing and presenting the data in a better way so that we can do analyzing of data. Okay, we can analyze the data in a better way. Is that clear? So fine. So all our topics we have covered here. Okay, now what you have to do, you have to practice these all the three subtopics of the chapter using Excel as database at your home. Practice more and more so that you can learn, you can do and you can analyze the things, how these things are happening in a better way. Please do practice at home, practice more and more practically. Okay, till then stay at home, stay safe and enjoy your e-learning. Thank you.